Hey kids, I hope you're enjoying our catechism questions. Before we learn about this week's question and answer, let's first review last week. Question 1 was, what is our only hope in life and death? Do you remember the answer? The answer is that we are not our own, but belong to God. How wonderful is that to think about, that we can belong to God, the creator and sustainer of all things. I hope you've been thinking about that this last week. But now, as we get ready for question 2, let's send it over to Miss Rachel.
Hello again. Last week, I asked you about the word catechism. Well, this week, I have another word for you, autobiography. Do you know what that means? An autobiography is a book written by someone about their own life. So if I wrote a book and titled it The Life of Josh Miller, it would not be an autobiography. Instead, it would be a story about Josh Miller that I wrote. But if I wrote a book that was called My Life and I had a story about Josh Miller in my book, that would still be an autobiography. Here are some examples of famous autobiographies, books written by famous people about their own lives. We have Nelson Mandela, Mark Twain, Anne Frank, Gandhi, Benjamin Franklin, and a few others. There are many famous and important autobiographies, but can you guess the most important, most famous autobiography? The Bible is an autobiography, and can you guess who the Bible is about? The Bible is a story about God, and it's written by God himself. Let's see what God's autobiography, the Bible, says about him. Genesis 1:1, God says about himself, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." In Psalms 90, verse 2, we can read, "Before the mountains were brought forth, or you had ever formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Forever, O Lord, your word is fixed firmly in the heavens. Your faithfulness endures to all generations. You have established the earth, and it stands fast." Isaiah 40, verses 28 through 29 say, "Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, he increases strength." Revelations 4:11 says, "Worthy are you, O Lord our God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and because of your will, they existed and were created." Colossians 1:16 says, "For by him all things were created, both in the heavens and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through him and for him." Psalm 139:13 says, "For you, O God, formed my inward parts. You wove me in my mother's womb." John 1:3 says, "Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made." Okay, so now we're ready for our catechism question number 2. What is God? We can answer that question now because we've looked at his autobiography and we know what he says about himself. The answer to our question is, God is the creator of everyone and everything. So question, what is God? And answer, God is the creator of everyone and everything. I hope you guys have a good week. Ask everyone around you, what do you think God is?